Hi, I'm DC, lead developer of Heap. I'm going to take you through the basics of how to play the game. In Heap, you'll take on the role of a gang of crazed goblins in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. You'll tinker with your gang's vehicles to gain an edge over the competition, fight off rival gangs in arena-style bouts, and grab the best parts you can from a looming pile of discarded vehicular wreckage, the Heap. Each player in Heap has a garage of 4 vehicles: the part-hauling Big Rig, elusive Scrap Hog, scrappy Doom Buggy, and speedy Gyro Hopper. During each turn, you'll upgrade these vehicles with new parts, use them to battle other players, and earn more parts for more upgrades. Once a player has at least 3 parts on each vehicle, one final battle will determine the winner. Players use the part cards from the Heap deck in all sorts of ways. They have abilities that trigger when you use the part to upgrade a vehicle in your garage, abilities that are used during a battle if the part is on your active vehicle, and combat icons, used when you play the card to the combat pile. Each card also has icons that show the type of vehicle it can upgrade and the type of part it is. The setup for Heap is simple. Just place a reference card and one of each vehicle card in front of each player. Shuffle the part cards, and place the deck face down at one end of the table. As the game progresses, you'll play cards into your vehicles, play cards to the middle of the table on the combat pile, and discard cards to the discard pile. Note that discarded cards in Heap are placed face down. After each player has drawn up to a hand of 6 cards, it's time for the bodge step. Going around the table, players will attach up to 2 new part upgrades to the vehicle or vehicles of their choice. The part cards you add need to match the vehicle, and you cannot have more than one of the same part type in a vehicle. If you really want to put that party animal rocket on your Gyro Hopper, the Ragnarocket will have to go. When you play a part during the bodge step, you gain a one-time benefit from its bodge box, in addition to gaining that upgrade on your vehicle. When you bodge the tremor motor, you would draw 1 card, and then every player, including you, would discard 1 card. To kick off the rush step, players select one vehicle to use for that battle, or rush. Then they take turns adding cards to the combat stack by playing cards that have a colored block icon that matches the color of the previous attack icon. The player's choice attack, reckless attack, block all, and swerve icons give players additional tactical options to use against their opponents. The parts in your active vehicle can be triggered once per turn during the rush when certain conditions are met. With this Gyro Hopper, for example, you could use one of your red attacks as a player's choice attack. You could draw a free card when you play an attack using a Gyro Hopper part card, and you would haul 2 parts if you win the rush. You also haul 2 parts if you win from the Gyro Hopper itself. The cargo hook symbol is the haul icon. Some bodge boxes or rush boxes allow you to haul cards, but the most common way to improve your haul is by winning the rush. However you earned your haul cards, the final step of the turn is where you'll cash in your winnings. You put any of the hauled cards you want into your matching vehicles, getting you one step closer to a fully upgraded fleet. This is not the bodge step, so don't worry about bodge boxes during the haul. At the start of the turn, I have 3 cards left over from last turn. I choose to discard 2 Big Rig cards. I already have 3 parts on my Big Rig, and I want to increase my chances of getting parts for other vehicles. I draw 5 cards to fill my hand up to 6, then Jack draws up to 6, then Tony. In the bodge step, I first play discount tires to my Scrap Hog, allowing me to take a card for my haul pile. Then I play a high velocity blaster to my Doom Buggy, allowing me to break any one part. I choose Jack's party animal rocket. Jack now has the chance to play 2 parts, and can also repair up to 2 parts by discarding part cards with a matching vehicle type. Jack plays a couple of parts, including the heavy metal wheels for his Big Rig. The repair icon on the heavy metal wheels allows him to repair his party animal rocket for free. Tony then also gets to play up to 2 parts. And then it's time for the rush. To kick off the rush, we each choose one of our vehicles to rush this turn. As the first player, or instigator, I then flip over the top card of the heap to start this turn's combat pile. It's a green attack, so Jack plays a green block, with a red attack symbol. Tony blocks red and has a player's choice attack, choosing green. I can block green with a Scrap Hog card, keeping me in the rush and also allowing me to trigger my Scrap Hog's Volcano Ramjet. I choose to make Jack discard a card and the rush continues. After a few more attacks and blocks, no one can block Tony's green attack and he wins the rush. He hauls several cards for his victory, but I get to haul one card for my discount tires. At this point, we set aside our hands and pick up our haul cards. I quickly install the Ballistic Grapple to my Scrap Hog, but I discard the nail bed rather than swap it with the cargo part I already have in my big rig. And that completes the turn. I pick up my hand, pass the Instigator card, and get ready for the next draw step. Once someone gets 3 or more parts on all 4 vehicles, the next rush step will determine the winner. This is called the pile-up, and it has a number of differences from a standard rush. For this final showdown, all vehicles with 3 or more parts flip over to their turbo side, and all part cards are discarded. In the final rush, instead of one vehicle with several abilities, you'll have several vehicles with one ability each. Turbo vehicles do more than give you an ability. They also allow you to draw more cards for the final rush. Between having more cards and having more abilities, the player with all 4 turbo vehicles has an edge, but it is still anyone's game. Let's go back to our sample game, where the action has progressed through a few more turns. At this point, Jack has at least 3 parts in all 4 of his vehicles, so the next rush is the final one of the game, the pile-up. I have 3 completed vehicles, so I flip them over to the turbo side and then discard all of my parts. With a completed Big Rig, Scrap Hog, and Gyro Hopper, I get to draw 10 cards for the pile-up and then discard 3. Once during the final battle, I'll also get to use the rush abilities when I play a matching vehicle card. Jack flips over the top card of the heap for our final combat pile of the game since he triggered the pile-up. Then the showdown begins. The winner of the pile-up is the overall winner of Heap, so good luck. And that's it. Now you're ready to play Heap, so round up your gang of Goblin Bodgers and get ready to dominate the pile-up. And for even more Bodger action, check out Infernal Contraption and Scrappers on privateerpress.com.